All right, class, the next type of problem you will see, and this is the most missed one on the test, was 5.04 this is number 2 actually. It's finding a data point when you're given the percentage or area. See, we're given the percentile right there. So babies born at a Houston Methodist hospital have weights that are normally distributed. The mean weight is 3,200, so mu is 3,200. And the standard deviation is 375, so sigma is 375. They say, what is the weight of a baby that is at the 45th percentile? So they want the weight, which is the data point that we're missing, and they want the 45th percentile. So I'm going to go into Staplet, and go ahead and pause if you need to get into Staplet. And I'm going to go to normal distribution. And what this type of problem is, because you've done one of these before where you calculate the percentage based on the data point, this time we're going to calculate a value, a data point, corresponding to the area that we're given. We're given the area, so it's the second one on the drop-down menu when you're given the percentage, the 45th percentile. We're going to do the second one on the drop-down menu, and our mean is 3,200. And our standard deviation is 375. Now the key here is knowing what 45th percentile means. 45th percentile means 45% of babies were lower. So this, let's go ahead and plot that distribution, would be left tail. Because that means 40% percentile means that percent of them scored lower, or were lower weight, or were lower than that number, than the average, right? Well, of what the average of what number that we get. So 45% were lower than that number. So left tail, and remember 45% is equal to 0.45 in decimal form, because you go over 2 decimals to the right, to the left to change it to decimal. So 0.45 to the left, and we get our answer, which is 3152. 0.877 is going to round up to 0.88. So our final answer is 3152.88. But I want to make sure that you know the different ways they can ask this, because 45th percentile is one thing they could say. Another thing they could say is, what if they said top 20%? So it's not percentile now, it's top 20% or top X percent. How would you do that? What that means is 20% of babies were higher. So that is a right tail. So this isn't actually in the problem. I'm just kind of showing you how to do this. So if they say top 20%, top something percent, that is a right-tailed one. That means that percentage of people scored higher. So if I wanted the top 20%, I'd do right tail 0.20. And I would get 3515, which makes sense to me, right? Because the average is 3,200. So if you're top 10%, it should be pretty big. And that's well above average, 3515. So top 20% means you use right tail. Percentile means you use left tail, because percentile by definition is that percentage of them were lower. And top 20% by definition means that percentage were higher. All right, that is number 2 for 5.04.